Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about the 3 vital behaviors. So Beachbody has created these 3 vital behaviors. And why are they vital? Because they're vital to make your business work. I'm just going to be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you that I did not do them for the longest time. Okay, well, I was proof that there's 3 of them. Be proof the product works, invite, and personal development. So when I started with Beachbody, I was in a pretty low place and surrounded with people that aren't really the best crowd. Not that they're bad doing drugs or anything, but they just are not positive and they weren't happy and they were, why are you doing that? That's so silly, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to do that. They just weren't supportive of me. And so, you start to believe that. You believe what people tell you. But that was where I was. So I was definitely doing Insanity and doing my workouts every day. And I was doing the Shakeology every day. But I wasn't inviting because it just wasn't comfortable. Like, if you're going to be mean and talk ugly about what I'm doing, then I'm not going to invite with you. And so then I kind of shut down and I didn't share so much. But here's the thing, I wasn't reading personal development either. So, I didn't share with people and I stuck at Emerald for a good 2 years. But once I went to Summit in last July, I made the decision that I was going to do this business and I was going to go in balls to the wall and do it to the best of my ability. The big change for me was actually that I was starting to read personal development. I still do my workouts, I still drink Shakeology, but here's the thing. Personal development is going to give you that armor. It's going to give you that force that you are important, that, you know what? It doesn't matter what they think of you. It matters what you do. At the end of the day, no one cares. You should not care what they think about you. Their perception of you is a reflection of themselves, and never ever forget that. Never forget that. If you forget everything else that I tell you, know that if someone tells you no or thinks your ideas are silly, it's not because they are, it's because they really want to do it, but they're afraid to fail. I mean, we're all afraid to fail, but don't badmouth someone else's ideas or beliefs because of your own. So let me go back to be proof the products work. So that means you're going to drink your Shakeology and you're going to join a challenge group and you're going to be doing your workouts 30 minutes a day, 2% of your day. Like, we all can do that. We can all check those off right now because those are key. Because if you're not doing that, no one's going to believe that they should do it with you. The next one is to invite. So when you invite on social media, I would recommend that you do not blast a thing that says, I'm doing the 21-day fix, join me, because no one really cares. No one cares that you're doing the 21-day fix, but they do care that, I committed to these 30 minutes a day for 21 days and I feel amazing. I lost 5 pounds. I have more confidence than I've ever had. So don't just blast your product on Facebook. I mean, I am telling you that from personal experience that it doesn't always work. It doesn't work well. You need to build the relationship. So become a person's friend first. You can have a free group. You can do a crockpot group. You can do a shake group. You can do a little black dress workout group, whatever you want to do. But create those free groups and then interact with each and every person that becomes in that group. Reach out, touch base, see what their goals are, see what they want to do. Talk about their kids. You don't have to talk just about fitness. Sorry, there's something on my phone. You don't just have to talk about fitness. Be a friend to them and build that relationship, because honestly, I'm going to tell you that this business is about relationships, and the people you meet and the journeys you start with people, they are amazing. Some of my best friends are from Beachbody. Some of the people that I had to let go for my own mental health, not Beachbody, still not interested, still doing their thing, still being negative. But you know what? I'm not. People change. You can change. So Beachbody recommends that you invite 3 people a day. I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not invite 3 people a day. Some days I invite 10, some days I invite none. Do what your schedule permits. So once you become a friend, then you say, hey, do you want to be in this free group? Or if they're already in your free group, you can talk about Shakeology in that group. You can talk about your next challenge group. You can talk about things and build the trust, or share meals, or whatever. So that's one way on social media to invite. The other is to do wear and shares. I wear and share. Every time you complete a program, you get a free shirt. Those have actually led to my biggest, best customers and coaches. So think about that. Wear that. Like yesterday for my birthday, I was out and I had an Insanity Max jacket on. And the man at the movie theater was like, hey, have you heard of Insanity Max? And I was like, yeah, I'm actually a fitness coach, blah, 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 blah. We're talking, and he was asking Chris and the kids, and Matt's like, oh, I love Shaun T. So, his kids love to work out, whatever. We had this whole thing. So on my phone, I have the Beachbody Coach app, and I say, hey, are you interested in getting newsletters or whatever? Have you tried Shakeology? Like, we just have this whole, it was a total natural conversation. And he actually signed up for a challenge pack. So don't be afraid to wear your shirts out in public. And if people ask you, say, oh, have you done the programs or whatever, and have a conversation. Just natural conversations. I'm not saying try to sell right away. So once you've invited, you're also going to want to follow up, because you know what happens once you invite? You never hear from people again. So on your business activity tracker or your power of 3s, you're going to want to include when you're going to follow up. I know a lot of you have already experienced the fact that no one follows up with you, whether it's your family, whether it's your best friend, whatever. Some people just won't respond. So I follow up. Like, I'll look at their Facebook and see what they're up to, and then I'll say, hey, I see that you guys did this. How are you doing? Have you thought more about joining our challenge group because the sale's ending, or whatever? And actually in my first follow-up, I don't mention Beachbody, but I end it with an open-ended question. Like, do you have plans for the weekend? Or what are you doing for Thanksgiving? You can make it whatever you want. Just make it natural, make it work for you and your conversation with this person. In the back office, there is a follow-up process, and I'll send the links and things for that. But just be natural, be you, and don't try to be someone else. That's my big key for that. And then there's personal development. We all need personal development. Whether you're a Beachbody coach, whether you're not, you should be reading personal development. And 10 minutes a day is like nothing. So my kids read 30 minutes a day. So we all read at the same time, whether they're reading on their tablets, whether they're reading books. It doesn't matter. We all read 30 minutes a day. So I'm currently reading a book that I just cannot get into. So I'm actually looking to switch. So don't be afraid to switch. Your books do not have to be about Beachbody. If you need help with how to raise your kids with respect, or how to have a new kid in 7 days, there's a book by Dr. Lehman I've read. If you need help with how to build a stronger marriage or something like that, I have books that I can recommend on that. Because honestly, all aspects of your life are going to benefit from personal development. My number one book that I recommend to people is You Are a Badass, How to Live a Kick-Ass Life. That book is amazing. Sarah Muse has read it. I know she liked it too. So check that one out. But think about where you need help in your life. Do you need help with self-confidence? Do you need help with sharing? Do you need help with how to transition to a new area? Do you need help with kids? Do you need help with whatever? And that's where you should be reading your personal development. And don't just read it, but actually use it and put it into action. See, for a long time, I just read it and was like, well, whatever. But when you start using it and putting it into action, that's when things change. And you start to believe, like, wow, I can do this. Wow, you know what? Why did I ever talk to those people? Whatever. Wow, my kid really isn't that big of a jerk, and he does listen to me when I figure out what his love languages are. There's all sorts of things that you can figure out through personal development. So those are the 3 vital behaviors. The other thing that personal development will do will make you feel stronger, because people are going to tell you no. Like, no, lady, I do not want to be a Beachbody coach. I want nothing to do with fitness. I want to be fat. I don't want to be healthy. I don't care. And you're going to internalize that, and you're going to be like, oh crap, you know, that person hates me. But they don't hate you. So you have to learn to not take that personally. So tomorrow we're going to talk about objections and how to overcome objections and things like that. But those are my tips for today. So down below, I would ask that you answer how many people you invited today and what book you're reading for personal development. And if you want to comment on what program you are currently doing and your favorite Shakeology. Have a great day, and if you have any questions, feel free to call me.